Hello everyone, hello my friends, hello guys, wherever you are, how are you doing? I am really doing well and I believe you are good too. Yeah, I promised that I was going to post a video concerning the kind of works, the kind of jobs that students could take while studying in Sweden, or the kind of jobs that are available for students to do, yeah, or to take or to do while studying in Sweden. So here am I to just deliver on my promise. I received some messages and that they are waiting for the video, and today I'm here. Okay, so not wasting time, I would say thank you so much for staying with me. To my subscribers, I really appreciate you so much. If you are new here, my name is Jesse and this is Jesse Travel Series. I'm a master's student in Sweden and also I'm a recipient of the Swedish Institute Scholarship. I've been studying in Sweden from 2024. Yeah, so that is about me. In this video, I'm going to walk you through some jobs that are available for students to take, or the kind of jobs you should expect to do as a student in Sweden. Don't forget, Sweden have their own language that is Swedish, and some jobs will require you to speak at least some basic Swedish. So you coming as a student or as an international student with no command over the language means that you cannot take some jobs. That is the bitter truth. That is the truth that you should accept, that um yeah, you cannot take some jobs, or some jobs will not be given to you. You will see the jobs being advertised and published, but you apply for them and they will say, sorry, we need someone who can at least express themselves in Swedish, read, understand, and express themselves in Swedish. So, yeah, of course. So, but not that notwithstanding, there are jobs that you can take whether you speak Swedish or not. There are some jobs that you can take as a student. So, in this video, I'm going to walk you through those jobs and give you and share my knowledge, that kind of knowledge I have um, with those jobs. Okay, some of them I know colleagues who did those jobs, or who took those jobs and work with them for some time, and some of the jobs I have friends and colleagues who are still working um, with those positions. Okay, so I have some fair knowledge about some of the jobs I want to share with you, because I know, trust me, I will not say everyone, most international students that are coming in, um, their major concerns are survival, or maybe especially for those who are fee paying students. Okay, if you're a fee paying student in Sweden, then that's a whole lot of responsibility on you, because tuition fees student in Sweden is relatively high. Some you need to pay like 55,000 Swedish krona per semester. The least I've seen so far is about 49,000 Swedish krona per semester. In my school, you need to pay, I think, 55,000 every semester. Aside that, you need to pay for accommodation, you need to feed yourself, right? So that's a lot of responsibility and financial burden on you. So that kind of international student may hope, or will be hoping, that he or she might find a job that at least can bring something at the end of the month to ease the financial pressure or burden on him or her. So this video really means a lot to me myself, and I want to do this for you to have an overview of the kind of jobs you should expect to take as a student in Sweden, right? Thank you. So I will encourage you to share this video to your friends. If you have some platforms that you share ideas about studying in Sweden, you can share this video on that page. Let your colleagues also get to find this content. Okay, let this content go as far as, yeah, let this content go wherever you think it should go. Okay, just keep sharing. Okay, subscribe, follow, and hit on the notification bar. Thank you so much. Let's not waste time. I was saying the first kind of job that you should expect to do as a student, as an international student in Sweden, is cleaning. Cleaning jobs in Sweden are quite readily available. Okay, the only thing is how to find them. Yeah, but one of the jobs that you should be ready to take in Sweden as a student is cleaning, right? So if you're a young lady, if you're a young man and you think cleaning is something you can do, you don't mind whatever cleaning, the sort of cleaning it's supposed to be, you are ready to take it, then trust me, you can easily find a job because there are a lot of cleaning jobs available for students. With that, you don't necessarily have to speak the language. You do not necessarily have to have a better command of the Swedish language. Okay, so you can easily be hired to clean for an organization. Sometimes you have cleaning agencies that will hire you to go into some offices, some companies to clean, and they pay you per hourly. Okay, they'll pay you per hour or hourly basis, right? So cleaning, it earns a lot of money, right? So I'm saying cleaning because I know a colleague lady who does cleaning, and what she told me is that she works 8 hours a day, Monday to Friday, and she's being paid 150 per hour, 150 per hour, right? So if she's being paid 150 Swedish krona in dollars, that's I think about $15 per hour, and that's 8 hours. So multiply 150 times 8. You can do the mathematics yourself. You know how much you're earning a day, although it is being subjected to taxes, right? So you'll be subjected to about 30% tax, right? Because you cannot evade tax, you cannot swerve it, you cannot do away with the tax system here. Because before you even take the job, right, there's a system you need to go through, which is for you to register for a personal number. In Sweden, without a personal number, you can do literally nothing. You can literally do nothing. So it is good that I even mentioned it before we move on to the second kind of job. When you arrive in Sweden for the first month, I can assure you that it will be difficult for you to go for a job in the first month of your when you arrive. So let's say the whole of September will be difficult for you to find a job because that whole month will be used for registrations, like going to register for personal number. And the personal number would take at least 3 weeks to be ready. You can expect it to take like 3 to 4 weeks to be ready. After that, you need to go take that personal number and go and get your bank details, right? You need to go and register for bank account because first two things that the companies will ask for or demand for when you're looking for a job is your personal number and a bank account. Some of the organizations will not even hire you if you do not have this because that is the only way they can pay you through the bank, and the government can also deduct their taxes from it. So without a personal number, it is really relatively impossible to find a full-time job, especially from a very, very legitimate company. So when you come to Sweden, that first week, when you arrive, let's say Monday, the following day, you have no business staying at home. Tuesday, just go look for Skatteverket. That is the name of the office, like they manage like the tax agency, like the revenue agency, they call them Skatteverket. Okay, look for Skatteverket in your city. Just go the next day and tell them you want to register for your personal number. Some you can do the registration online, but if you have no idea how to do it online, just walk into the office. They will guide you and they will help you do the registration and give you a date to come back for biometrics, where They take your signature, fingerprint, and then you sign and take pictures. And after that, I think within a week or two, they will ask you to come for your Swedish card. The residence permit card that will be given to you in your home country before you come. That's your residence permit that allows or permits you to enter into Sweden to stay. However, there's another Swedish card that when you register for a personal number will be given to you when it's ready. That card is what you're going to use to do almost everything in Sweden. If you want to register for bank account or get a bank account, you need that card for the bank account, the Swedish card. You go to the company you want to register and start work. It is that card they are going to demand, not a residence card. They don't care about residence card. When I got to Sweden about a year now, nobody ever asked me about my residence for my residence card. Whatever you do, wherever you go to do something as an international student, they request for a Swedish card. That is what captures your personal number, right? Your personal number details is on it or are on it. So that is the card you're going to use basically for everything in Sweden. As for the residence permit, just keep it. If you want to travel out of Sweden, make sure you carry it out. You carry it with you because that's what that is your visa. Yes, that for better choice of words, that is your visa, right? So you need that personal number and your bank account before you can take a job. So I can assure you that the first 3 weeks to 4 weeks, like the whole of like a month, you're going to dedicate that for this these things, right? So if you're desperately looking for a job, I can say that it is quite impossible to launch or to land a job the very moment you get here, unless of course you have some connections here already that who already you know some people that have already secured a job that you just have to come and start some way before you get those personal numbers and bank account. Because I quite remember we got a job which is newspaper sorting. You have to go to the company and sort newspapers, and then they pay you per how many districts you're able to sort, right? By then our personal number was not ready, so the employer allowed us to work. We worked for some days or weeks, and she said, I remember she said she was going to keep our money, how much we work, she's going to keep it in their records until our personal numbers and bank accounts are ready. Then we should provide those details, then they will transfer the money. So I think we worked for some weeks before our personal numbers were ready. Then we provided those details to the company, and then the following month they paid us, right? So you can find some companies that will have that arrangement or those arrangements with you, but generally most competent and the big companies will require you to have your personal numbers and bank account before coming to register to work for them, right? So let's jump back to the kind of job. So we talk about cleaning, right? And like I mentioned, you can take a cleaning job that pays you like 150, 160. The minimum could be 140, right? Swedish krona per hour. And I know a friend who does that work, goes from Monday to Tuesday, Monday to Friday, and she combines that with lectures, right? It's not really compulsory to be present at lectures. If you think you cannot go for lectures, you can inform your lecturer who is responsible for that course. They will understand. All that matters is that you take your assignment, you engage in group project and work, group work. If there are presentation, one thing that lecturers will not condone, will not accept, is for you to be absent when we have presentations, to be absent during presentations, right? For that, they will not accept. So you can be absent for the lectures, entire course, you can be absent, but when it is time for presentations, you do not want to miss it because it will be graded, right? They will never spare you for that. So you can manage the school with work. Actually, you can manage that, right? So that is the first job. And the second job that you can take as a student is warehouse job. There are a lot of warehouse jobs that do not necessarily have demand or require that you speak Swedish, right? Warehouse could be packaging, sorting, packing, and maybe distribution. Okay, so over there, if you have a special skill like forklift operation, or you are a forklift operator, you can easily be hired a full-time worker at a warehouse. So there are a lot of warehouse work jobs for students. I say this because I know students who work in warehouses while studying, right? So that is the kind of job. Another kind of job that as a student or international student you can take. Okay, then number 3, delivery jobs. Food delivery, right? It's one of the easiest, one of the most accessible jobs that you can easily take as a student. For that, you do not need to go through any rigorous process and application system to get this job. Yeah, I've been there, so I know food delivery, and I'm going to give you this tip before you come to Sweden. When you get to Sweden, whichever city you are going to study, if you want to really start working easily and faster and quickly in your city while studying, even the first month, okay, let's say after getting your personal number and bank account, right? Food delivery is the fastest, is the easiest to do. And trust me, a lot of people will discourage you from doing it, but don't listen to it. If only you can survive the weather, because by then it's going to be really cold. Because if you arrive, let's say in August, so by September, October, then you might want to start this work or this kind of job, then it's cold. The winter is setting in, so it's really cold. So you need to brace yourself for the cold, right? Where you can use bicycles or mopeds. Mopeds are like the smaller motorbikes. If you have money, just purchase one, get a moped. With a moped, you save yourself some stress like riding. Riding takes a lot of energy. So if you think you cannot ride that long, then you should just gather some money and buy a moped for this food delivery. Otherwise, just use a bicycle. You can get an electric bike as well. Yes, we have electric bikes that the brand new ones are really expensive. But if you want to go for a home use, you can budget like 5,000, 6,000, 4,000 Swedish crowns for an electric bike. That one you just charge it and use it. Okay, so food delivery is the fastest job you can get, the easiest job you can get without stressing yourself, right? Concerning the food delivery, like I said, you can use your bicycle, you can use moped, you can use your car. If you come to Sweden, you think you have some money and you want to get a car, you can just look online. Facebook Marketplace is the easiest place you can find a car to buy. Cheap ones, you can get a cheap car and use for delivery, right? Now, listen to this. When you get to Sweden and you think you can do the delivery during winter, because that time winter is setting in, let me give you 3 companies that you can work with to deliver food. The first one is Wolt. Wolt. I'll be writing it here for you to know. Wolt. W-O-L-T. Maybe the Germans and the Swedes say Volt, but in English I'll say Wolt because W-O-L-T. W-O-L-T. Wolt. You can write it down. When you get to Sweden, just deliver it. Just download the app. When downloading the app, we have Wolt Food, and then we have Wolt Courier Partner. So download the Wolt Courier Partner. So you are working as a partner with the company because you are going to be their food delivery courier partner. So don't download the food delivery Wolt Food. Wolt Food is like anyone who wants to use the app to deliver to order food, place orders and get food delivered to them. But if you want to work as a courier partner or a delivery courier agent, there's one thing about summer. The moment you open your windows and flies begin to get into the room, because this is the time that they also have some liberty to mess up. During winter, you don't see a single fly, but in summer, right now the weather is really hot as I'm speaking to you, my room is really, really hot. So I open my windows and I can see one or two flies. However, let's continue. Let them have fun. I'll deal with them later. Right. So back to what we were saying. Food delivery. So I was talking about Vote. So download Vote Courier Partner. Go through the process and register. This app allows you to work as a delivery agent or courier partner or a rider with some form of flexibility. They do not assign some fixed hours to you. You go online anytime you think you have time, anytime you think you are free, you go online, just switch online, and then the orders will come, you deliver. So you earn money based on how many deliveries you are able to do at the end of the week or month. And Vote pay you weekly. They pay you weekly. So before the close of the month, you should expect to receive payments from them 4 times, right? The first payment comes on the 3rd of the month, the second payment on the 10th, third payment on the 17th, and then the fourth payment on the 25th. Yeah, in Sweden, salaries are being paid to workers on the 25th, right? So this company, which is Vote, pays they decide to pay every week. So if you work for them every week, expect something. So the reason why I like this app or this company the most is that it's quite flexible. So as a student, you can decide to go online anytime. So let's say you have lectures in the morning, you close at 12, you just go online. You can decide to work from 12 noon to 12 p.m., 12 a.m., midnight. Because by 12 a.m., then the app goes down because restaurants and then McDonald's and KFC and everything will go down. They'll be closing by then, so there are no deliveries by then. What I intend to say is that it gives you flexibility. You can go to school, you can go for group studies and come back and do your deliveries and earn money, right? I know someone who works with Vote. According to people in Sweden, Vote pays the least, okay, in terms of food delivery. They are the least paying company. However, it's better than nothing, right? It's better than nothing. And what happens is that it depends on the city you are. Because I know people in Stockholm who work for Vote and they earn higher than those of us in the smaller cities. And also depends on the city, because in Stockholm, for instance, Gothenburg, Malmö, Uppsala, bigger cities, for instance, you should expect that the demand will be higher than smaller cities, because the higher the population, the higher the demands. Okay, so people will request for more food, and the more they request, the more you make money. Don't forget, this company pays you based on how much you're able to make. So if you deliver, let's say, 100 deliveries in a week, then the amount will be there for you to see yourself. Then the tax will be deducted, and your own share will be sent to your account every week, right? So the interesting thing is that when you are online and someone there's a request for you, or there's a task for you to go and deliver, as it is ringing on your phone, you see the amount allocated to it. So let's say one delivery task is ringing on your phone, you see the distance, maybe 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers, and the amount is 52 crowns. So you can decide to reject or accept. You can decline or you can accept. If you don't accept, someone else, it might end up on someone else's phone, and the person will pick it up to deliver. So it gives you that flexibility, right? I know someone in Stockholm who did this job and earned about 30,000 krona a month. 30,000 krona a month in Stockholm, because Stockholm, I heard there are unlimited demands. Sometimes you just have to go offline, because back-to-back demands. You finish this delivery, this one is belling, this one is belling. But for smaller cities, at least you can also make some money, right? So the first company you should look out for food delivery is Vote. I hope you wrote it down. Nice. The second one is Foodora. Foodora. So the word food and then ora. It is spelled Foodora. 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 It's one of the popular, one of the most popular food delivery company in Sweden. I think other parts of Europe as well. But Foodora is really, really, really popular, right? So Foodora is also there, but then they don't give you that kind of flexibility that you may want or you may need, because they assign you to particular hours. So Foodora can say, okay, you've subscribed and you want to work as a food delivery partner, but you have to work within maybe 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. or within 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. So they can say, okay, because of your city, maybe we have a lot of people working for us, so we can only give you 4 hours or 5 hours a day, right? So the 5 hours, maybe they'll say from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. So you just have to know the time that have been allocated to you. Then when it is time, you go online. Every tax that comes, every demand or request that comes, you have to accept and go and deliver. So they pay you per hour, right? And I heard that, I've not done Foodora yet, and I heard that Foodora pays like 140, 150, 160 per hour. That's what I heard. 140, I think at least 140 per hour. 140 Swedish crowns per hour. Also, before I forget, Foodora has some kind of limitations for some cities. If the city is really small, relatively small, they limit it to people who have Swedish license, driving license only. Yeah, they limit it to people who have Swedish license only. So, for instance, in my city, Kalmar, which is relatively a smaller city, a small city, they have limited it to people who have Swedish driving license only. So if you do not have driving license that is from Sweden or an European country driving license, you cannot take Foodora in my city, you see. But in Kalmar, I know a friend who moved from Kalmar to Stockholm and is using a bicycle to do Foodora. So it means Stockholm, they have unlimited requests and demands that they cannot limit it to people who have Swedish license. So otherwise, they're going to lose money because the orders are numerous. Okay, they're overwhelming. So they've reduced it to bicycle, whether you drive or not. So it depends on which city you are going to, right? So they also pay well. If they give you 5 hours a day, that's good. Then Uber Eats. Uber Eats is also really, really a good company that pays well. I know they pay 140, 150. The least you can get is 120, right? 120. You can also go as a freelancer. Freelancer means like it's just like Vote. You can also register as a freelancer, freelance career partner, where you take the orders when they come, and then at the end of the month, how much you are able to make, they take the task and give the rest to you. Okay, should be aware that the tax is not less than about 30%, right? So that is it. So Foodora, Vote, and Uber Eats. So these 3 companies are companies that you can readily and easily work for. So if you can ride bicycle, or you can ride a motorbike or moped, or if you think when you get to Sweden you have some money that you can just get your own small car that is fuel efficient, you don't have to spend so much on fuel, just buy it. When you buy it, it's going to help you. You can do a lot of deliveries, because in winter bicycles and mopeds face challenges because the snow, trust me, you're going to fall down like multiple times. I fell down multiple times and I have that record. Okay. But for cars, those who drive cars in winter, that's their money making time, because when the snow is really, really, really falling, then bicycles and mopeds will have to, I know you realize that we'll just go offline, then we leave the work for those who have their cars to do to make money. So you can target these companies when it comes to Sweden. That one you don't need any recommendation, or you just on your phone, then you start riding. If you're a lady, don't be shy of riding the bicycle to make money. I know a Ghanaian lady living in my city here. We attend the same school. We are taking the same course, and she uses an electric bike to do deliveries, and she's making reasonable amount of money every month. Every month she makes money. The money can pay her rent. She can feed on it and stuff. So if you are a lady and you think you know how to ride a bike, get electric bike. Electric bike, you do not even have to paddle, right? You do not have to. You just sit on it and you go. You do some deliveries, and then you are good. Okay. Yeah. The next kind of job you can take is home care and care jobs. There are a lot of home care jobs and care jobs, elderly care jobs, and others, right? There are a lot of them. Some of them will require you to speak some basic Swedish. However, I know people who do not speak, but they are taking those jobs. Some require some basic Swedish because the elderly ones that you may end up taking care of or assisting on the field of job may not be able to speak English and may require you to understand what they say. If they need something in Swedish, you should understand it. But if you end up working in a team of people, like you end up working in group, maybe 3, 4 of you are assigned to a particular place to go and work as caretakers and stuff, then you are good. That one, for that, you do not have to worry, because if your colleague, maybe if your colleague speaks Swedish and you do not speak, she will understand what the people are saying and might help you in that regard. Okay, so you can work as a home care, or you can work for care jobs and they also pay well. That work is really, really stressful. A friend who does it told me it's really, really hard, but they pay them well. Okay, like 160 krona per hour. That's quite reasonable, right? Then babysitting. I know a lady who also works for baby as a babysitter. Sometimes just at night. I know one person that works at night. Her job is just at night. So the parent of the child goes to work at night. So her responsibility is to come and stay with the baby and stay with the child throughout the night. So you don't have anything to do. The baby will sleep throughout the night. Just make sure the baby is okay, the child is okay, and you sleep over there until it's morning. When the parents come back, you go back to your house, and if you have lectures, you go, and then they pay you at the end of the month. So babysitting is also another job that you can take as a student while you are studying. So don't forget that these are jobs that you can take as a student while you are taking your course. Okay, that doesn't mean that, or I'm not saying that these are only the jobs that are in Sweden for people, international students. I'm just sharing my own experience and other international students' experiences that they share with me. I'm just giving that knowledge to you for you to have a fair idea about the nature of jobs that will be ready for you. Okay, yeah. After school jobs is something different. This doesn't have anything to do with after school job, because everybody has his or her own dreams and vision and where they want to be. So while studying, you can be creating your connections and establishing contact with people and wishing and hoping to get the kind of job you want to do. But while studying, trust me, these are the kind of jobs you can take, right? Now, the next job is dishwashing. Dishwashing jobs are also available for students in restaurants, in the hotel, in bars. Okay, so because you do not speak Swedish, if you speak Swedish, some form of Swedish, you can get a job like a waiter, waitress. That is the front service staff. But If you do not speak Swedish, usually they want to take you to the back room or the back service staff where you wash dishes, maybe you help in cooking the meal and stuff. You have any certificate concerning food making or cooking, restaurants, hospitality, anything that has to do with restaurant or hospitality, hotel, please come with it. Come with that certificate. Show proof that you have the experience. Okay, you can easily land a job over there. Now, then we have hotel housekeeping. So hotel housekeeping, relatively, maybe we can say it's just compared to the cleaning jobs, but this one is quite different because hotel also want you to do other things that goes beyond just cleaning. So hotel housekeeping, most of that you do not necessarily have to speak Swedish, because I know some friends from the Asia that are taking these jobs as hotel housekeeping or hotel housekeepers, right? So this is also another job that you can take as a student and gives you flexibility. And like I said, here you just have to make sure you have a very good group, like you are in a group that understands you and will share your plight with you and understand that you may not be available at lectures or in lectures or all the group meetings because you are working. That's all, you are good to go. And here sometimes we take our group meetings online via Zoom and stuff, so you can be anywhere, join the group, you contribute. The tasks will be allocated to each and every member of the group, and then you just have to deliver. Then when it's time for presentation, no matter the kind of work you're doing, just tell your employer you need to be present for your presentations or your webinar or whatever seminar, right? Then you go and present and then you get your grades. That's what matters. Then the last but not least job on my list is drivers. If you can drive, you can easily land a job. Okay, drivers are needed everywhere. We have some companies that deliver parcels, packages, and other things to people, to households, and they are looking for drivers, right? So if you can drive, come with your license. If you can drive automatic, if you have time and you think it's relevant for you or to you, try to add or learn how to drive the manual as well, because you may not know which company will want your service or may need your services, but maybe they do not have automatic cars for you, they only have manual cars, and because you don't have the experience, you cannot take the job. It will be sad. You will say, well, had I known, I would have. So I don't want that to happen to you, so I'm just giving you the tip that if you can drive and you have the experience of driving both, fine, that's good for you. If you can drive automatic, just learn how to drive the manual as well. Because for manual, if you are good with manual, you can easily take them or drive the automatic. So for drivers, they pay them well as well. Okay, so yeah, these are the jobs that I wanted to share with you, my friends, my subscribers, and my followers. If you are coming to Sweden, just note these jobs that I shared with you. These are the kind of jobs you can easily take. And for the delivery food, like I said, it is one of the easiest you can do. You can do it without even contacting anybody to help you. You can just be in your room, go through the process and get your bicycle, your moped, or your car and start delivering. And if you need any help in that regard, especially the food delivery, because I've done it for quite some time and I know about it, just reach out to me and I can help you through. Okay, when you get to Sweden and you finally download the app and you're facing some challenges and you need my help, just write to me and I'm going to guide you how to do it and how to even navigate it and get a faster registration, right? So guys, thank you for your attention. Thank you for staying with me. And in my next video, I will be talking about whether you can actually work in Sweden to pay your fees and survive in Sweden. Yeah. If you are a full tuition fee student, some questions that bothers their mind is that, or your mind is that, can I actually work and pay my fees in Sweden? There are some untold truths with those things or with that aspect, and I would like to clarify it in my next video. I would like to share the experience of friends who are tuition fee students here with you, how they are surviving, how they are paying their fees, whether it is doable or it is impossible. I'm going to share that with you, and it's going to be an interesting video. And I know a lot of people, a lot of you that are fee paying students or who want to come as a fee paying student or fee paying students who want to see that video, want to watch that video and get the insight and knowledge of that. So watch out for that. It won't be long. Come to my channel and check out for that video. I'm going to post it and I'm going to give you interesting things about that, and I know you're going to love it. Once again, I thank you for staying with me. My name is Jesse and this is Jesse Travel Series. See you in my next video. Stay safe and bye.